Good morning, everyone. It's a great pleasure to welcome you all today on behalf of the AABN Core Committee for our 142nd weekly webinar. I would like to thank all of you for your interest and your continued active participation and commitment towards these webinar series. I'd like to thank the Core Committee of AABN for collaborating and organizing this weekly webinar. We are well represented from several domains here today. As we move forward to ensure the future of AABN, we'll continue to invest in the vast potential inherent in collaboration among individuals of varying backgrounds, perspectives, and expertise. Your encouragement and constant feedback on how to improve our webinars have only made our resolve and commitment to these ideals stronger. I would like to thank Jayanthi Chinthamani, our guest speaker today, for willingly cooperating to share her knowledge, her valuable knowledge and experience on master high energy leadership, powering success at work and home. We are aware that the quality of a leader is reflected in the standards they set for themselves. We have all heard the saying, lead by example, but where most leaders flounder is by not realizing what example they are actually setting for their team. No leader ever sets out to be a bad example for his or her employees. It simply happens due to the leader's personal mindset. When we talk about we are not talking about the boss who walks into the office highly caffeinated and offering high fives left and right. Yes, that's one type of energy, but it's not the type we are talking about. What many leaders don't realize is that the levels of energy they are seeing in their employees are usually a direct result of their own personal energy they are bringing in to the office each and every day. If you want a team that works well together, see opportunity in every challenge, and is consistently working towards bigger and better goals, you need to make sure you're modeling high energy to them as consistently as possible. In today's webinar, our distinguished guest speaker, Ms. Jayanthi Chinthamani, Director Chingnisikya, will share her perspectives on master high energy leadership, powering success at work and home, an interactive business networking webinar. I have the pleasant duty of welcoming and introducing our guest speaker, Jayanthi Chinthamani. Jayanthi Chinthamani is a chemical engineer by qualification. She holds a postgraduate degree of Bharatanatyam, Master of Fine Arts. As IT professional at India's leading IT company for the last 17 years, was one of the successful faculty for software testing in Cognizant Academy to handle sessions locally and globally. During a role as a project manager in a leading life science account, she spearheaded agile methodology and utilized Scrum practices which ensured on-time delivery. Represented Cognizant testing software for presenting Academy's role in software testing to the clients of Cognizant. Also handled train the trainer session for the lectures of engineering institutions and came out with a very good feedback. Took active role in developing computer-based tutorials, CBT, on the basics of software engineering and ensured process awareness among the team through regular training. Faculty on software testing at Facts of Training Academy conducted 8 weeks a speech craft program at Madras Management Association. A senior Bharatanatyam dancer and a senior disciple of Srimati Padmashri Chitra Vishweshwaran. She has spoken in many forums on topics like women empowerment, time management, and has also conducted technical trainings on software testing. Master of the ceremony for several events related to fine arts across the country. As a regular interviewer at the All India Radio and Doordarshan, and took part in various programs. A member of Toastmasters International for a decade, achieved the pinnacle of Toastmasters journey with a coveted title, Distinguished Toastmaster. Member of Professional Speakers Association and gave a keynote speech at the PSS 2023 conference. There is so much to Jayanthi's achievements and journey. I'm not sure it can all be summarized in the limited time in the session. So without delay, I would like to open the floor to her. So I'm not going to make you wait longer. We'll let Jayanthi take over and regale you with her astute experiences and fresh ideas. Once again, a very warm welcome to you, Jayanthi. We are truly privileged to have you deliver the speech today. Thank you. Over to you, Jayanthi.
Thank you so much, AABN, and especially Gobi sir, I'm overwhelmed. I just sent it for him to pick up one or two lines. And I feel so privileged and embarrassed, I would say, when he was reading about my entire biodata. Anyway, thank you so much, sir, for making around 50, or the number has now gone up to 50. So 50 people here in this room, and I'm going to address them. That itself motivates any speaker. If there are at least 30 participants, you know, the energy level, if it is here, it just shoots up to this level, I would say. I'm a very high energy person, and that will never die down. One thing, can the admin mute everybody? That will help me a lot.
PS, can you mute everybody, PS?
Everybody is muted. Jayanthi, you can go ahead.
Yes, I think she muted me as well. So I'll unmute myself. So now the title, I want to dwell a little bit on this title before I go into the actual topic. Powering success at work and home. Always leaders, when you think think of only the workplace. Sometimes 90% of the men, I don't want to generalize, but this is what is happening. Veetla eli velila puli. That is what is true, right? So they are like energetic leaders. Veetla, it will be like this. That's absolutely fine. That's what every woman wants also. I'm not denying that. But they have to take up that ownership of as a leader, right? So only then that fulfillment will be there. So I am not going to stick on to only workplace. Here we all have seen the workplace and we are enjoying the other part of life now. So home is the workplace right now, even after COVID, right? So this is where we need to bring in that power of high energy, high energy. So I used to say, don't do this onion business. However you are there, be like this in the same place. Work and home should be the same, the mindset should be same for whoever is there in both the places. I can hear some mind voices saying, hey, I'm not born in that way, man. I am not a very high energy person. I am not a dancer. Or people might think that I'm too vulnerable. What is this? Why should she jump like this? Let her speak. No, this is not a dance forum. So I can hear those mind voices. And I can not want to talk about my setbacks. So if I'm vulnerable, if I'm a high energy person, I need to tell where all I failed, where all I was successful. This I'm not comfortable exposing myself. You don't have to. I'll tell you a few tips and tricks. That's what I'm going to do. And I love acronyms, my friends. Acronym is the thing. At the end of the day, even if I wake you up in the middle of the night, you'll be able to tell what Jayanthi spoke. That is the success of my speech. Whether you implement or not, that is under my control. That's different. But if you want to remember what I say today in these 1.5 hours or 2 hours, these acronyms will definitely help you. So don't be pert up. Please come with open mind to my session and enjoy my session. Whichever part that you feel that those acronyms can be taken, enjoy taking it. Whichever you feel that it's too much for me, just leave it. So this is my pleading request to all my 53 participants. Now it's gone to 53. I'm so happy. So ultimately, even in workplace or at home, when we leave this world, people should speak about you. Where will this fulfillment come? Only when you show that energy, or when you are a successful. Success, again, does not depend on some benchmarks. Each one of them, if I get up properly without any ailment today morning, that is a big success for me now. So everybody will have their benchmarks. If you meet your goals, then you are a successful person. That fulfillment, if you have both in your office and at your residence, that is the success. Now I'll just move on to the next slide. I speak about high energy, high energy, high energy. I used to still remember when we did this Ardhanari dance. Yenna Shivan Madri Ninandrika Shakti, Shakti Lena Shivanen Kada. So Shakti is not gender oriented, it is energy oriented. Shivan can be like a Shakti. Shakti can be drained out of all her Shaktis. So it is the Shakti that I'm talking about. What happens if you don't have that Shakti? What happens if you feel so drained out that day? Your motivation will wane. Your enthusiasm will dissipate. absolutely that productivity on the day, whatever you planned the previous night will be absolute zero. I can definitely say that. Because the physical fatigue will play a vital role and your personal well-being will suffer. Everything will come hand in hand when you lose that energy. Is there something that I can tap and maintain that energy, not up to this level, at least up to this level? That is the best goal that you can think about when it comes to energy. Now, let me take the exact definition. High energy leadership, it is not about jumping. It is not about being aggressive. It's not about being, like a water bubbling. No, you need followers. When you come up with your charisma and you are empowering, you show that the energy should come from within. Nowhere you can take the energy. This is where I'm trying to bring that energy from. This will inspire, and automatically people behind you will believe you and will follow you. Automatically you are a leader. You are a leader as a grandpa, your leader as a father, your leader as a husband, your leader as a boss. Wherever you go, you are the leader. A small work that you take up and you do it with passion and you bring that energy from within, you are the leader. That is where the small high energy. So earlier I was speaking about leadership skills, how to nurture. That became so mundane that everybody started speaking about leadership, and this word leadership itself became a cliche word, I would say. I don't want to use it, but it's become a cliche. So I was doing a little bit of research. And then this Howard, there were two scientists who were doing about a complete research on this leadership. There are so many leaders, but there are leaders who failed in their journey. Something had happened. This research went on, and finally they came up with just one point, which made me take this topic. They said, one thing, just one thing, if every leader takes care of, irrespective of whether they have the self-awareness, whether they have that inspiring quotes, whether they have that power to lead, everything, if they have that energy and passion, they will definitely be successful, no doubt about it. This was very inspiring to me, So this energy, I was reading so many books on leadership. Everywhere there were other things that were talking about leaders, how a good leader has to be. Even today, Gobi was talking about whom do we define as good leaders? Why do we need leaders to lead us? All that is there. Even in chatbot, if you go you get a big essay about leaders. But very rarely people touch upon this high energy leaders. So my unique selling point is this high energy. So wherever I go, I want to bring this high energy before even I start. So this is, don't confuse with an extroverted behavior. This is not an extroverted behavior. Please understand, my friends. So do not feel intimidated when you want to learn this high energy. It is not an extroverted behavior. As I was telling you, now, when we delve into this high energy, do you think there are no challenges? There are challenges. There are challenges. So when I was looking into the journey of those leaders, the stepping stones that they had taken up, every challenge was so immense. And I just gave a name as few were spoken challenges. Few were unspoken or hidden. Even they were not aware of those challenges. So we have to definitely dwell on those challenges before we become a high energy. If you're a normal leader, you can ape somebody, you can follow somebody, and you can definitely to some extent be a good leader. But to become a high energy leader, you have to shamelessly shed so many things. So there are unspoken challenges that you need to take care of. You'll become burnout. Within half an hour, your energy will drain if you're a high energy leader. That is for sure. And you need to balance the speed and accuracy. The other challenge is you have to match that speed because the team will be confused. Energy. So that consistency is what matters. One day, if I establish myself as a high energy leader, I need to stick on to it. So what should I do? How do I do? That is about this 1 hour session. Yes, you can sustain that high energy throughout. Your teams should always see you as a high energy leader. That enthusiasm, that should be real. It should not be an unrealistic high energy. It should come from within, I repeat. So this unknown challenges, is it with the outside world? Is it with the eccentric world that we are talking about? Anything that somebody wants to interrupt? Okay, so no, the main hidden challenge is you are stress buster. This, stresses, hidden stresses will pull you down completely. Leave alone how the outside world is gauging you or telling how you are. This is at the end of the day, why all these pain? I don't want this high energy at all. You will be pushed, I tell you. You will definitely get drained out internally. That is the hidden challenge I find in many leaders when I was going through their autobiographies. Our Indian leaders are more attractive to me, so I read their autobiographies, which is more inspiring according to my perspective, I would say. So I'll give you those examples, maybe as a homework. I can give you finally all that. So I'll just go into the next. Sorry, leaders what is this new concept of high energy? This is the mindset that everybody would be having right now. There were leaders. Those are called traditional leaders. We need traditional leaders as well. They had that authority. If they say, it will be done. We need leaders like that as well. The conviction, I don't want to take risks. This is how it has to be, and it will continue to be like this. Changes are very high risky things. So their mindset is about traditional. Let's dwell little deep into the difference between the traditional and the high energy leaders before going to what should be done for high energy leaders. Let me keep track of the time as well. Yes. As I was telling you, I love acronyms. So I love to go with this word called evolve. I found it to be little relevant, right? From traditional leadership, how they move to this high energy, or let's keep it as high energy leaders. So I came up with a new concept called modern leaders. It has to be a hybrid of both. I cannot be a traditional leader because I'm talking both about workplace and home. If I am an authoritative person, do you think your son or your wife or your grandson will either listen to you? You'll have a place at balcony, never even in your living room, I swear. So it has to be a blend of both. You need to be a traditional leader. At the same time, you have to be a high energy leader. And I give it as a model leadership. So that is completely wrong. That is completely a mindset saying that the traditional leadership is different, high energy leadership is different. No. Yes, there are differences when you take those leaders and compare with the current leaders. Even in my journey, when I just started first, earlier, maybe 20 to 25 years, my boss was a tough taskmaster. Even, I don't want to mention his name, every person was scared. You, sir, room kula ponuma. Stepping into his cabin was tough. The first thing, with his frowning face, when he looks into our logbooks or anything, we are done with. So our legs will start shivering. Everyone was scared. Few courageous people, they went and complained as well. What is happening? Why do we need such leaders? But do you think that super boss will take them away? No. Because they need leaders like this. Because he was producing results. The profitability and the bank balance was going up high for the organization. They definitely need leaders who will lead with this attitude. So nothing can be done. But this will not work in current Gen Z situation. Never. He will just quit and walk away. In the company, on the company. If attrition has to be taken care of, or if you need to retain, your mindset as a traditional leader should slightly shift. That is my attitude. Now we'll go with one by one of before I move on to the evolve, I need to definitely tell about my current boss, right? Definitely, I have to give the entire credit. his Moss Steve, such an epitome of high energy person. Every other team member will reach out to him um, to get his feedback, to get his viewpoint. He carried himself so well. He was liked by each and everyone. There was no retirement for him, even in IT. They want him to continue. He's still continuing as a consultant. The organization never wants to leave him. And there has never been one negative mark about him by his own team members. How did he do that? I spoke to him. I am a great fan of my current boss, I would say, before taking my VRS. I want every leader, or if I become a consultant tomorrow, and then I lead a team for myself, a new team, I want to ape him. I want to be like him. So a lot of interactions, and thanks to him that he gave me those tips which will help me to move forward in my presentation today as well. So his thought process are also into my presentation today. It's not only my own thought process. I want to give the due credits to where it belonged to. So this modern leadership, as I was telling you, it's a combination of few elements from the tradition and few elements from the high energy approach. Now let's go quickly into that evolution of mindset. How will the traditional leader be? He wants to emphasize control. He believes in hierarchy and he wants stability. That stability, what made him believe in the hierarchy. He does not want to change the process. If this is the existing process, he will question, why should the process be changed? Why should the structure be changed? That was the mindset. Now here, no. High energy, they always embrace change. They want evolution. They are very innovative. They have a very dynamic mindset. And they quickly learn from their failures. So they want to move forward. It's okay. It's okay. They can bring a change. There might be so many setbacks or so many comments. Okay, a new leader is coming, immediately he'll start changing everything. But that brings a lot of credibility to the organization. It's because of their experience that they're doing, the current leaders, high energy leaders. I won't say high energy, they are leaders. They are doing this. And if they put this little amount of energy, they rock and be a role model to the entire organization, I would say. Now, visionary. Visionary versus directive, if I can say, for the tradition. They provide clear directives, traditional leaders. Because when I say empowerment, every time I ask the team, what do you think? What is your viewpoint? The team, they says, hey, I am coming to you for some inputs or some directives. Again, you're throwing back questions at me. So it's not always very good to be a high energy leader, I would say. There are setbacks in that. So they want clear directives, which a traditional leader will provide. So we have to take that aspect from there. And sometimes avoiding risk helps the organization as well. And maintaining the status quo helps them to bring more business as well. So you cannot demean those characters or those visionary that they have in that. That is the value that they bring. And but these people, high energy, they are ready to experiment. They are bubbling. They learn from failures and quickly they adapt. Adaptability is the key thing for a high energy leader. Now, coming to open communication. Why did Jayanthi highlight it in yellow color? That's a question in everybody's mind. Because I'm going to give you a small exercise. Gopi has introduced me as a Toastmaster. So I would expect everybody to have a pen or a paper or a mobile or something. My 63 participants, at least 6 participants. So I want them to come and interact with me. Give me a small break. It can wait, I'll tell you. So they are all going to speak and we'll see how you're getting transformed at the end of my session. So that's a challenge I'm throwing myself. So that's about the communication. And now I'm adding on to open because it has to match O, no? So open communication is what I would say it's not to that extent in traditional. They believe in that top-down approach. They get some information from the super leaders. Do they transit everything? They feel it's not required, yeah? Why should I give all the information that I'm collecting from my super boss to my team? What is required, that alone I give. But what is required, the boundary that they set sometimes becomes so high that the teammates feel that for each and everything, I need to go back to my leader. For each and everything, I do not know what is being communicated from even the clients. What is exactly is required. There is always a barricade there. When you speak about the communication with respect to the traditional leaders, there is a limited feedback also. Communication is always two-way, right? So they are not interested to take that feedback to some extent. Just listen to me. That approach is very strong. With my own experience, I would say that that is predominant in those days. And they felt that that is the quality of a leader. If I am a leader, listen to me. That is underlined. After that, the servant leadership, so many new terminologies evolved. Now we are lining up in a high energy leadership. That's what I see this change or transformation as. As usual, with respect to the communication, I just have to repeat that they're very open, they're very transparent, they actively seek feedback. I know he's open. My boss, I have to bring back my current boss here again. Jayanthi, I'm not good in Excel as you are. So I am a very senior old person. Now teach me as though I'm very in. No, I'm not. So he'll ask me to. He's so vulnerable. He wants to. Not that he does not know. He wants to check how much I know, right? So not that he's not aware of Excel or the basics, but the way that he brings, being so vulnerable and making the other person very comfortable, feeling that, oh, my boss does not know, I'm going to teach him. It's not actually the case, you must understand. But the way that they communicate makes the other people feel so comfortable. That is the power of high energy. Here he is not jumping up high or anything, or he is not an extrovert. No. Please, I would like to reiterate, because new people are joining again and again. From 50, we have gone up to 64 here. So don't catch me wrong with the term high energy with respect to being bubbling with enthusiasm or being extrovert or being arrogant. No. The way, the mindset, or how we approach, how we have evolved is high energy. And this should definitely be there if you want to stand apart and if you need followers who would believe you, will trust you. So I would like to reiterate my point again and again. And this communication, let me close with saying that there's always a two-way dialogue. It's never a monologue with high energy leaders. And how is the style, leadership style? Let's go quickly to L part of it. Again, their style is authoritative, they are directive, they provide clear instructions, and rule book illama, they will not speak. Rules and procedures, the vision of course, vision of organization is common to both the leaders, but still they will stick on to the procedures and rules. Their hands will be like this, it's never bending. So that is their style. That is how they were successful. Now that will not sell, my dear friends. So they have to be here, high energy. Their style, if you say, they are more collaborative, they are more inspirational, and they empower the team, as I was telling you. Creativity, innovation. They encourage. I'm not a born creative person, but when I see one of my teammates bringing some creativity in what she's delivering, I need to tap it. I need to bring that out. How can I do it? Not by being strict, not by establishing rules. I have to be an open person. I have to bring my energy from within and bring out the best from my team. So that's where this high energy leaders, by encouraging their creativity, they stand apart. Finally, about the value-driven motivation, I would say, valuers, what do I see is that rewards and punishments. That's a value, right? For everybody, more than the salary part. When you start working, you need an implicit or an immediate recognition from your boss. Some small reward. Hey, Superman, you've done it so beautifully. Or an immediate punishment. So this, I would say it's called an eccentric motivators. These are when you want to define. This is highly predominant in traditional leadership because they're very authoritative, right? Immediately you can see. And punishments also will be very immediate. So you have to see the pros and cons, my dear friends. So here, when they are, when they have the quality or the style, when it is a value driven, when it comes to motivation, you know, they give rewards immediately, they punish immediately. That aspect you can see. And that is to drive the performance. They do it. But they prioritize. When it comes to high energy, it's always a sandwich technique. You know, it's a sugar-coated way that they wanted to subtly tell their views. I won't even call it as a punishment. They would inspire them. They will quote how they failed, and please don't do this. If this is how it is going to be, there'll be a pleading approach. That doesn't mean that they're going down. No, but they want things to happen. That is their goal. Today, everybody have a goal, right? As I was telling you, today's leaders also have the same goal, but the approach, what was working in those days, will definitely not work in the current situation. That's why this transformation is required. So high energy is required both for the existing traditional mindset leaders and also for upcoming leaders who want to take up role. Now they might be a follower. But tomorrow, quickly, they want to prove that they are leaders. Being a follower, you can still prove that you are a high energy person. I will tell you my story about my team member, how she proved herself. So finally is about empowerment. I wouldn't say empowerment is great when it comes to traditional. I already said that. They want to take up that control. You know, the decision-making authority will always lie with them. It is not given to the subordinates. To some extent, maybe they will share. But here, when it comes to their belief, their trust. Trust is very important term that high energy leaders definitely think about. You know, that attitude or that, I would say, that character of believing and trusting them. Sometimes they are wrong. It's okay because they get the feedback and take it as a springboard and then go up because they are full of high energy. That resilient part is very high. We are going to work on that resilience. Our main exercises today is about resilience only, my friends. So that is the trust is the main difference, I would say, when it comes to empowerment. They give them the autonomy and they encourage them to take the ownership. That's how everybody now projects. My organization, we empower. There is no hierarchy. There is no structure. That's how every organization today projects. So I cannot just rely on this traditional leadership style that I hold already. I need to transform into this high energy to meet the vision and the mission of the organization. So that is very, very important. Now, are you all ready with the paper and a pen? In the chat box, can I just get a yes, a Y or something? I think all of them are interacting in the chat box. Yes, yes, yes. Thanks, Bobby. Thanks, Rajendra. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Okay. I know you are not feeling very comfortable. The main reason, network problem when you want to show your face or your notebook or pen, but I trust my team. So be ready with your paper and a pen. I want the aspects of the points that I'm going to show you. I'll close this chat window. So now I'm moving on to the next slide. Slide number 4. Yes. As I told you, I'm a Toastmaster and I've been a mentor. We call them as mentees. Then I found that there's a word called protege and no more word called mentees. It's a wrong usage, a colloquial usage, we can say. I have a lot of proteges who love to take my inputs. So the learnings are from them. So mentors learn a lot, I would say. Rather than be preaching, we learn from them a lot. As I was telling you, as a Toastmaster, I believe that the best communication is listening. Then why did I put active listening? It's just not the listening. My husband used to give me a funny story where I want to narrate here. He was with the Hindu paper sitting and just as usual, going through everything. He's going to become the prime minister tomorrow, right? So he'll be very engrossed in the paper, looking into each and every letter of the paper. And as usual, I said, do you know that our neighbor's daughter's getting married? We have to go there. We have to buy this. They have done so much to us. I've been lecturing him for about 10 to 15 minutes. There was no sign of movement. It was like speaking to a statue. I know everybody are giggling because it's the same thing that's happening in every house today, right? I was so irritated. I want to pull him down, saying that he has not listened to me. So I said, no, okay, Sundar, now repeat everything what I said now. To my utter surprise, he narrated each and every word that I spoke. I said, Mamane, why didn't you just, show something that you listened to me, man? Even you feel that I was very happy that he was listening? No, even that I was not happy because that was not an active listening. Do some nodding. Oh, apadiya. Oh, okay. We will do it. Yeah, certainly we'll do it. Give something, man. Do something to make the other people understand that you are also communicating with them. So listening, more than that, the active listening is the biggest hurdle in any communication. Can we shed that mask from today and be an active listener, please? Here, no choice. You have to be active listener because it's going to be a monologue, right, today. So leave alone that. I want you to be A, B, C, D, E, F, right? I'm going to give you some exercise. I'm going to give you some TT topics now quickly. And I don't know where I've written it. I'll pick it up quickly. So I want every one of you to speak on that. Before that, please ensure before you come and speak whether all these 6 points are already there with you. Active listening, that's point number 1. Next, of course, when you join Toastmasters, how many of you are Toastmasters here? Can you type TM in the chat box if you're a Toastmaster? Or if you heard of this terminology? Wow. Manitha, Bhala, wow, Rajendra. Okay. Then I don't have to preach Toastmaster what they're talking about. That's the best part. See, they say that Toastmasters is both about speaking and cultivating your leadership. It goes hand in hand. But when you join a Toastmaster, you come up with the mindset that I'm not able to communicate properly. I don't know if I am doing it properly when it comes to a workplace. So can you guide me? Like every one of them come with that mindset. And automatically when they're able to communicate, the leadership journey follows hand in hand. That is the best part. Okay, Stalin has attended a few sessions as a guest. So what is it that's stopping you, sir? So you can definitely rock with your experience as a Toastmaster. You can be a very good mentor to so many youngsters who are joining there. They need people like you. So, and now coming to the body language and eye contact, it is given in a subtle way. That is a best platform for you to fail. That is why I'm insisting on this Toastmasters when it comes to communication. Everybody wanted to become a good communicator, where this platform gives you a step-by-step. The system is a 90-year-old system. And Rolf Medley has clearly defined those systems. Wow, thanks Gopi sir. He can spread his mentorship to many of the youngsters in Toastmasters as well, because I am more worried about my Toastmaster fraternity. And I would say that every step by step, the experience is shared. Every word that they're speaking, it is mentored. It's a very organized structure. And as I was telling you, the content preparation, C for content, I'm moving there. You need to evaluate the content every now and then. High energy, as I am repeatedly telling, it's not authoritative or high volume or I need to shout. It has to come from within. So your message should be clear. Your content should be clear, concise, and well structured. So that's very, very important with respect to the high energy. So please reiterate or go back and find out from your content. before you talk to your team, before you talk to your spouse. Again, I'm coming back to home as well. For me, workplace is not different, home is not different. Both are same. So here, however you are, this is how Jayanti is, this is how Jayanti will be there as well. There's no difference. If that trait is there, I don't have to wear a mask when I go there. I'm comfortable wherever I am. So when it comes to content, please ensure that you convey that sense of purpose and passion in your words when you are interacting. Okay, now develop continuous learning and practice. That is what is your D. Nobody is an SME. There is a saying that when you become, how do you rate an SME, or how do you call yourself a subject matter expert? SME is nothing but a subject matter expert. Your thought or your clarity of what you speak should be 1 inch wide and 1 mile deep. You must have done a research so well, only then you should even speak. That shows you are authentic in what you're doing. So start writing a book about it. This is my own experience, my dear friends. In January, I'm publishing a book on high energy leaders. I'm proud to say that's completely because of me putting into the research and finding out what is this one thing, high energy, that everybody are talking about. So this research has helped me, and I find that leaders excel because of this one point called energy. Automatically other strategies, other traits that you talk about, that the list goes on and on and on, our leaders should be. That will automatically, without any further ado, it will follow. I promise. So when this research is there, I have dwelled on so many leaders in that. By doing a research, you bring your own perspective. How my experience in this 20 years of my work and my home helped me to coin this book. Please do a learning part of it and practice. Thanks to Gobi for giving me this platform for me to practice what I have learned so far. So this is just an iceberg. So 2 hours, I cannot bring what I have learned. Maybe I'll push you to buy a book tomorrow. Maybe that's my marketing strategy. I'm just simply telling. So January, I want to publish that book. It's 3/4 done now. So many things that you can talk about on high energy leadership. Now going on to the final engaging our audience, I've already said that audience play a vital role wherever you are. That is why I say don't take their time. You have no rights to take their time. When you have to finish by 12:30, 12:29, you have to move out or step out of that stage. You have no rights to take others' time. Vice versa as well. You have to be there on dot by 10:30. So that is the value that you're giving for your audience. Interactive. Make them speak. Bring them into your arena. How can you do? Only when you have that energy. That energy will automatically pull them inside. Yeah? You don't have to create an exercise saying, all of you get up, shake your hands, keep your hands like this, do like this, bring the energy. No, all that is not required. Everywhere we start, even I have done that exercise initially. Don't be worried about all these exercises. You start speaking with high energy, automatically you will pull everybody. Don't be worried about any of the exercises. Exercises can be your appendix. In between, if you see your audience going to sleep, bring that exercises there. That will help you. Now virtual, I don't know if you're sleeping or if you're awake. It's very good for the speaker, I would say. Take it in a positive way, rather than again and again crying that nobody, I'm only seeing a screen with the names, with the logos. No, I'm literally happy in virtual meetings as well nowadays. So this audience, empathizing them, understanding what their problems are, they are comfortable. They want to listen you without, they are maybe camera conscious. They want to know how to show your face here. So what? Let them listen to you without showing their faces. No, it's not a distraction to you. You can concentrate more on your topic. You know what, you do it. So that is the way that you're valuing your audience. That's very, very important. However they are, wherever you are, if you are a speaker, if you are a high energy leader, don't be worried in your team. If you are addressing your team, somebody is doing like this, somebody is doing like this. They don't like you. It's okay. Do something, change. Do something to pull you. Yes, I know, sir, that you are with me. Somebody has typed that we are with you with your speech, please. Yes. So I don't have to do this extra miling of exercises. You want me to skip the exercise that I'm going to give you? If so, then I'll check my time. I can even take it offline and give you some exercises. Yes, we are 11:30 now. I have hardly about half an hour or 45 minutes to do it, right? Okay, now I'll set it apart, the exercises, and I will do it little later. Finally, about the feedback and self-reflection. I'll tell you a small thing that I have done since we are talking about Toastmasters. I was very skeptical about Toastmasters. That's the truth, my dear friends. I said, ஒரு இங்கிலீஷ் பேசுறதுக்கு ஒரு ஃபோரமா and you pay for 6 months 6,000 rupees and then join. Hey, why should I? You study in a good convent and you speak every day. You know, my relatives, kids who are there, people, your grandkids who are staying abroad, are they into Toastmasters? They rock when they speak. Is it for that language that you want to join a forum? This was the mindset I was having, friends, before enrolling. I was completely wrong. I was completely wrong. This is a story before. And my you can be a very good mentor. Hey, if I have to be a mentor, you pay me, man. Why should I pay 6,000 and be a mentor to everybody? You pay me. I'll teach you. I'll become a good mentor. So this was the attitude that I was having. Relate Toastmasters into just communication. Communication is just an iota. It teaches you how to script your entire speech. It teaches you, gives a good evaluation. Even a small 18-year-old brings his perspective to evaluate you. Where do you get that opportunity? They rip you to pieces in a sandwich way. And that they're so valuable. And it is done in a very beautiful way that you imbibe it. You take it in a positive way. That atmosphere makes you take it or makes you reflect those feedback in a very positive way. That is the unique selling point of Toastmasters. I would say VP, whoever is advertising or doing that role of a Toastmasters, journey, I would always say, don't talk about only communication. Communication is just an iota in Toastmasters. There's so many attributes that Toastmasters is given, and it is giving. Speak about everything. So please understand that. Again, the best thing about Toastmasters here is about the feedback and your self-realization. I told you, I'm bringing something. So I was a president in Medley Toastmasters there. Before that era, I'm talking about 10, 15 years back, there was nothing called taking, there was no camera, they were not, recording the entire session. No sessions were recorded and were there in a YouTube. Today, every Toastmasters meeting is there on the YouTube and everywhere. Now it's totally different. I'm talking about 10 years back. And I told my husband was an ex-president. So I joined next as a president of, basically because he wanted to take up through me, like Rabri Devi, I don't know. So I became the president of that Medley Toastmasters there. And I'm always skeptical. I love challenges. Why should I take that feedback that a youngster of 20-year-old is giving me? And man, that was running, whether I take it or not, that was running behind my head because of my age and experience. So what I thought, who is the best evaluator? Can somebody type in the chat box quickly? Who is the best person to give you feedback? Can I get some feedback from anybody in the chat box? Not seeing anything. Who is the best evaluator? Simple, yourself. Yes, thanks, Arvind. Self-conscious, yourself. எத்தனை பேர் சொன்னாலும் என்னுடைய மனசு சொல்லிதுன்னா நான் கேட்பேன். என் மனசு சொல்லலையா நான் கேட்க மாட்டேன் யார். அது எவ்வளோ empowering ஸ்பீக்கரா இருந்தாலும் சரி. Even if the cherished leader comes and talks to me, if my conscience says don't take it, I will not take it. That's a fact of life, right? So even if a raw person comes and gives, he is too raw, man. Immediately I'll jump to conclusion. I'll be very judgmental. Not everybody will take that. If 100%, if I have to take that feedback, it's only when it is coming from within. So I said, how can I bring my own feedback? By recording it. So 10 years back, my friends, I said, I want to bring a tripod. I didn't even have a tripod stand in those days. So I said, we had some old camera, not 100 MP, I mean, like what to say, a pixel logic, nothing we had. We had one old camera which can sit in the tripod stand. I said, I want to record it. He said, this is bullshit. Nothing will work out. Nobody, we tried in so many Toastmasters and all that. Nothing is working out. You can't record it. And when will you send it? By the time the next meeting will come. There are so many negative feedbacks from everybody. But thanks to one person called Dilip. He was a Gen Z person. He was fresh from college who joined Toastmasters. Madam, what do you want, madam? I said, hey, I don't know to convert and all that, man. I know to touch the button. It will record. It will be there in that camera. I can give you one wire to come connect it to your laptop. That's all I have. Can you help me in some way to upload? Today, everybody can do it. Even a 70-year-old is very good. My mother, who is 80, she's too good in recording her own thing and sending it to her Tiruppugal class. So I'm not talking about today. This is so irrelevant today. First time when I did this 10 years back, with so much of negative feedback from everybody, this person came to my rescue. And you know, in no time he will transform everything. In no time he will send it through mail. It was only through mails. You know, he created a drive. He created and gave access to that Google Drive, and he forwarded there. There are no WhatsApp. There are no nothing. You know, in those days, we cannot share it immediately. Then he created the YouTube. He did it in a quick way. And everybody started following. Even today, after so many years, they are recording. And the only thing that my husband appreciates as a president that I did was this activity that I did. Thanks, Jayanthi. You created that and it is still going on. Sorry, I'm getting a call. 1 second. Sundararaman, are you there? Can you just talk to Sukumar or Giriraj? Sorry. And now getting back to my Toastmasters journey, from then on, there were no taking back or now seeing one Toastmaster club doing that, maybe everybody were trying. Those tips and tricks they were not aware of. Dilip went and shared and gave education session to all the Toastmasters club. He was too good that he wanted to share. That is very important. That is very important. Don't keep it within yourself. Give it to the society back. Even today, I'm talking about him. That is the power. And he did that. Luckily, everybody started consuming that. And now, in every website, they have something to put. They have their Toastmasters speaking, platform where they have spoken big platforms. They have those content to be recorded and placed in their websites. Amazing journey that it is. So I'm talking about the feedback. Let's not stop with the self-evaluation alone. Let's have open mind, please. Let's take the feedback even from your tiny tots. Even if a 5-year-old of you from your house is giving you some feedback, there is something that is lacking in you that they want to see you transforming into that people, right? So that's why they're giving you feedback. Nothing against you. So let's not be judgmental when we take feedbacks. Let's take it with open mind and reflect on it. What will happen ultimately? You'll become a high energy leader. Ultimately, my conclusion, everything boils down to why you have to do it. You have to become a high energy leader. Leadership is not that you are aiming or in our retired, why should I go have a leadership? No. Leadership is something that you are seeing where nobody else is seeing. When you give something, even in a house, when there is a discussion about some activity, some wedding, some plans that is going on among your all your kith and kin or your people, when you see something that others cannot see, you are a leader there. So that is where the leadership comes. It's not created or given to you. It comes from within. But can it be nurtured? Yes. With conscious effort and focus, every one of you here can become a high energy leader. And this call is disturbing me. No, I've told them. Fine. Let me go on to the next slide here. Slide number 5. This is the main part, my dear friends. We've been now going around, talking about what. Now come to the point, Jayanthi. How should I spark that leadership activity in me? Give me some small tips and tricks within this half an hour so that tomorrow I can go and do it. Simple. I told you already, I love acronyms. Spark is the acronym. How to create that spark to develop that high energy. So, my dear students here before me, because you are taking notebook and pen, so I am your teacher today. So, have you all created or written down as spark? S-P-A-R-K. Against yes, I'm going to dwell deep. There's going to be one slide for S, P one slide, everything we are going to work on it right now. And you're going to be with me. And when it comes to R, resilient, you're going to put your heart and soul. Let me set the context up front. Are you ready with me? Please type ready in the chat box. Motivate me, please. Yes, thank you, Vanitha. Ready. Yes, I'm seeing a lot of readies here. Thank you. Fine. Let me close this. Let me go there. என்னடா இவ ஸ்பார்க்ல acronym கொண்டு வந்திருப்பா. All of you are guessing, right? Sometimes your guess might be right, sometimes it might not be. Look into this. Self-awareness is for S. Positive attitude for P. I have to be very authentic in what I'm telling you. That is very, very important. Resilience is what I'm going to bring. Kindness. What are the exercises that I'm going to give you for self-awareness? What are the exercises I'm going to give you for positive attitude? Exercises for authentic, being authentic. More exercises for your resilient activities. And kindness. No, I'll be a little kind to you. I won't give you any exercises there. Self-awareness, no theory. Start from the morning. Awareness begin when you open your eyes. For me, it is not theory. I'll tell you one thing, my friends. With our experience, with our journey of life, we have traveled so much. We have so much of experience. We have seen people, so many people in and around, and nobody need to give me any gyan here. When I keep an exam to all these 53 people in my room, you will all score 100 out of 100. Practically, if I ask to jot down whatever you have learned, theoretically, put it in a paper and a pen, I don't know how many of you will get 100, maybe 60, maybe 70, or even 50. Let's make it 100 out of 100 from today. What are the self-awareness that you have to take into? Simple. This is what it is. Just look into the slide. I'm just closing this chat box. Sorry. Let me sip some water. These are very self-explanatory. I want you to write down in your notebook under the self-awareness, what are your exercises in the morning? Just write down that you're playing with your grandkid 30 minutes. That's an exercise. You do regular walking, do cycling. If there are nothing that you're doing, please put 5 question marks. That has to be filled from today. We should never underestimate this exercise and this nutrition and how much of energy it brings. Summa energy in பேசிட்டு இருக்க முடியாது. Physically first I have to be energetic. Only then I can go on to this mental energy. So long, if you see all these 6 slides, we have been only talking about the mental energy. Where do I get that mental energy? Only when I get high physical energy, I can even think of my mental energy. Your exercises starts from today, my dear friends. I don't know. Today you have signed up for my program. You have no choice to fill that up. I'll give you my number. I'm not bothered about you spamming my mailbox. You can write down those spark, whatever you're doing every day. I can share my thought, one piece, if I can, to help you out if you are meeting this physical energy. So the exercises. Next, the nutrition. I know you're all diet conscious, but is there a wholesomeness in what you eat? I don't have to preach you. Internet preaches you. WhatsApp preaches you. Good morning messages preaches you on good diet. Boring, my dear friends. Enough is enough. You see, அந்த காலத்துல இலை போட்டு ஒரு ஸ்வீட்ல இருந்து ஆரம்பிச்சு கடைசி வரைக்கும் பிக்கல் வரைக்கும் இருக்கணும். That is the best nutrition. Whatever அறுசுவையும் இருக்கணும். Small things. You don't have to ask your wife to cook arusuvai. She'll throw you out. No, I'm not asking you to do all that kalyana சாப்பாடு every day. Ensure that கொஞ்சம் தோர்ப்பு இருக்கு, கொஞ்சம் கசப்பு இருக்கு. Something, you don't have to go for badam every day soaking and eating. That's for high class people. No, I'm not insisting on all those WhatsApp messages or those internet things. Take from our own grandmas. Few things that you have to definitely give. But strictly, I'll tell you few tips when it comes to managing stress. Where all the nutrients is not getting absorbed, I'll tell you, my friends. இந்த கையில சாப்பாடு, அந்த கையில டிவி, இந்த கையில மொபைல், இந்த கையில வாட்ஸ்அப். Ask my husband. No mobile. Even when you drop into my house, you have to keep the mobile in a table. I'll give you a charger as well for it to charge. Maybe if you have urgent calls, you can go and take. When you are interacting with me as a guest, I want your full attention. See, that's where we are today. Thanks to this loss of electricity, thanks to COVID, so many things happened due to flood, and there are so many messages flying. So everybody theoretically are aware that without mobiles we were happy, we were able to interact. Yes, no gyan, everybody are aware of. But as soon as we got everything, did we stick on to that? No, we have gone back to our own habits. I'm not talking as a grandma to push you all that habits. We have to be in sync, today's gen. But slightly, let's take care of our physical energy to be a high energy leader. So where we are getting drained, first starting with the basic nutrient exercises and sleep. 7 hours or 6 to 7 hours of sleep is a must. You need to have small naps in between. There's so many stories about Japanese people, immediately, even in their workplace, they have a place to go and lie down. You would have traveled, team here would have traveled to various, you can share your thoughts. So how getting a nap in between helps you to build that energy. A few people say, all that, when your system demands, listen to your North Star or listen to your intuition. If it says, Jayanthi is boring, let me take a nap. Now go, please take a nap. Don't tease your system, my dear friends. So the sleep part is very, very important. I always crack a joke saying that, தூக்கமே வரல ஒரு வாரம் I'm struggling to get a sleep na, go attend sessions where there is no energy at all, and that's a boring session. Go sit there. No sleeping pills, nothing. You will enjoy your sleep. So forget about that, jokes apart. But for you to get that undisturbed sleep, that is a disturbed sleep here. I'm not talking about that. You have to get an undisturbed sleep. Get it? Nutrition, automatically your mental energy will raise. Simple. Again, I reiterate, no mobile, no TV, no talk. I took one tip from the internet. Internet is it's not a bane, I would say, it's a boon sometimes, yeah. They're giving so much of exercise, immediately I'll put that and do all those exercises. It really helps. I will not speak like your old boomer saying that, no, don't do it. No, I'm not that type of person. But definitely you need that. But pick what is required. Just go, don't get addicted to it. It says at least chew 5 times before you put your food into your mouth. It's 11:42 now. The time is. I'll take 5 minutes. Epume, there should be a personal story, right? How many of you ever thought about the saliva in your mouth? When do you think of the saliva? Yara road la echa tuppinana tupparam bare echala eppadi avan vaayila. Even I have commented multiple times. Today I envy them. You know why? I was identified for an autoimmune called Sjogren. You know what a Sjogren is? I like that word Sjogren. That's from a scientist. So, people, doctors, as you get old, you fall prey to all these autoimmune, blah, 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 that pain, this pain. I'm not here to do a cry, story. But I'll tell you, because of one of the sulfur drugs that I had taken, that killed my entire salivary glands here. And I need to have this water bottle like Kavacha Kundalam every now and then. Every now and then I need to sip. But today, for maybe about 6 slides, 5 slides, I did not take water. I'll tell you how. That's a different story. So this saliva is completely lost. You get to know the value of a thing. Until you lose it, you don't know the value. Only when you lose it, you know how much valuable that part of it. They use this logic when you lose your mother, father, or your close kith and kin, right? That holds good for your system as well. I lost my saliva. Or best thing is, nobody will know that even I'm crying. So pathetic. They put me into a cancerous drug, saying that you need to take this drug. I was alarmed. Internet came to my rescue. I already took 3 drugs. I found that side effects, Apatha, it was running to pages. And my daughter-in-law is a doctor. She said, Amma, please, no, don't take. Hold on. For Sjogren, there are other things. You are not identified of a serious problem. Let's wait. So when I browse, I found that it's simple. When you start chewing your food, you produce a lot of saliva. Very simple, man. Kadichu saabde, what my mother was telling, what my grandma was telling. At least the lost salivary glands to some extent get activated. You don't have to wet your mouth by taking some external saliva drops where chemotherapy patients take up. No, I don't have to go for that. I don't have to go for water sipping every now and then. Those are just add-ons. But internally, you can do something to bring that saliva. So I always reiterate when anybody is sitting on my dining table, I'll say, chew 16 times, chew 5 times, don't gulp, don't gulp. I want everybody to understand the role of saliva. Half your digestion completes there. Please do a small Google of the role of salivary glands and saliva, which we neglect totally. When you lose it, you will understand. So much, it plays a vital role. It breaks all the fats here. And the fats are not absorbed into your cells, man. You very easily lose weight. You don't have to pay heavily for your gym. You don't have to run even 1 hour or 2 hours by merely chewing 16 times. Chair mele, do it. Fold your legs. Don't take half an hour water before half an hour. All that is there in the net. But chew, chew, chew. That is one thing where I wanted to reiterate in this slide. That is the exercise. Have you written down? Chew my food. Please write it down. After the session, 5% kuda the memory la irukadu. We are made like that. Even I am like that here, my experience. So when you write it down, at least when you browse that, you will understand that you need to chew the food. Every time you take something, you ensure that it is broken to pieces already and you don't trouble your pancreatic juice in the stomach. That helps you in the metabolism. It runs to pages. What are the importance of saliva? That's my story. Fine. Now coming back to this, so you must know how much of stress a person would have undergone when you are given a cancerous drug and all that, right? So that is the sad part. It's easy, man, to overcome. Everything is easy. Everybody falls sick. The system has to leave this world for something or the other. It's okay. What big deal? You just, nothing, it will fly and go away. I took up acupuncture. Believe me, that Sjogren is not there here with me. How did it happen? It's a miracle. Even the doctors are not able to identify it without taking medicine. How is this women of such a resilient woman is surviving today? I don't know. Even I am surprised. I do meticulously all this doing, blah, blah, blah. I have about 10 tips offline. I'll share all that. So this, I don't want to bore you. You are not with Sjogren, right? So all these I do. I take up acupuncture treatment, everything. And my own kith and kin who were shouting at me for not taking medicines. What is it? A suicidal attempt? How dare you not take medicines? So they are surprised as to how this happened. It is happening. Maybe tomorrow I'll get it back again if I'm not following this style. It's okay. I know I have a solution what to do it, right? So take it. Life is very easy. Only then you can become a high energy leader. Otherwise, you will be different. You will preach something else different. So you will get that calmness. You will get that stress. You don't have to sit for meditation, my friends. Follow your gut. Follow your instinct. Take everybody's inputs, but you decide what you need to follow at the end of the day. You will be very successful. You will be a very high leader, not only in your workplace, but also at home. This is what I'm trying to reiterate again and again. Now, this resilient is one thing that we have to, that is why I put a GIF image here, and we'll take it up later. Now, going back to the next slide to my presentation. P is for positive attitude. Practice mindfulness. Mindfulness. How to do the mindfulness thing. In my team, there was a girl. I don't want to tell her name. Let me give you some name. We'll call her as Anjali or Emily, somebody. So this Anjali, she came from some, I would say lower part of Tamil Nadu, somewhere else. You know how IT recruits people. I don't have to tell about that. But she was very good in coding. She was a very high energy person. This language was a big problem, number one. And looking into the aura or looking into the Aharya Abhinaya we used to call in dance, the dress, everything about around her made her feel so intimidated. She was not her true self when she joined our team. But I identified that she had a lot of potential. She was with high energy, but she did not want to show that out. So I gave her a small jump, and put her into a tough project. She refused totally. She said, "Ayyo, that Daryl client, we call him Devil. No, I don't want to work under him. Sorry, Jayanthi, you're punishing me. Yeah, mele blow a grudge." I said, "No, I'm helping you. I'll be with you. Please take that. I know you will rock, but be open-minded." So maybe like how I'm giving today, few tips, few tricks. I'll say, she'll come to me. This is the problem. What should I do? This is the problem. Oh, talk to them. You are authentic. Whatever you're saying is true. You have done some research on those logics that you have written. He's asking for so many documents which is not required. So technically she was very sound. But she wanted to, before putting it before the client, she wanted to validate. She wanted to take the feedback. She wanted to do a self-awareness of herself. And slowly she herself put herself into so many speaking courses, upskilling, learning. Whatever I spoke to you, I could see her. Maybe all my points today, what I spoke, maybe I was inspired through her. I was amazed. It's because of her upbringing, maybe. It's not about from where they came from. It's about their mindset. She had the mindset to change. And she really rocked. Maybe she's not with that same company. She had a very good opportunity and she left. That's a different story. But where she came from and how she moved into that, the transition was so obvious. Everybody can do it. But the time that she took to go from here to there was so short. That is because of her self-awareness and mindful journey. She was very positive. Everything that she took up, she practiced what she preached. She was very optimistic. Wantedly, the client will set up the meeting at one night. She had to forego her sleep. She had to be with the team. She had a team for herself. They did not like her in the beginning. Why Jayanthi is so partial? What did we not do that she did, that she is leading us? They don't want her to be the team lead. Not that her path was full of roses. It had a lot of thorns. But how she did was a miracle, my friends. When that girl is able to do it, everybody can do. It's little amount of extra energy. Come out of that comfort zone. I would say you don't have to even come out of the comfort zone. Extend your zone so that you are comfortable there also with all these high energy. That way you can really rock. Simple things. What she did, she recognized, she became a leader of her team. And if she gets some small inputs from her own teammates, she used to reward them. Who taught her to do all that? She did not go into Harvard University to study about the leadership. She did not attend seminars, webinars. She did not upskill herself. It was from here that it came. She knew this was authentic. She did it with all her 100% mindfulness. And, it might not be in English, but she was an inspiring communicator. When she spoke about what we need in that coding, what we should avoid, the team believed her. Slowly, the transformation, everybody went back to Anjali. Everybody, now she started coming to me, and I could see the transition. I could see that she was growing as a leader. That visible difference was the mindfulness, and she became a very high energy leader. And she showed her gratitude every now and then. We are going to do that gratitude exercise. Maybe here 90% of them would be already doing it, but I'll tell you, even I am doing it. I have a gratitude book where I have to inspire my own kith and kin to do that. To some extent, I'm doing. If my spouse is also doing that, to some extent he's doing. But I want everybody to, I'm seeing results. I have switch words. I have gratitude exercises that I do every day. And I am seeing the transformation. Everybody should take it with mindfulness. That small word is very, very important, my dear friends. She got team support, that is team. And how I found that she had gratitude, I'll tell you. She moved into a very big MNC. I was already working in MNC, but she moved. I have never, this is a true story. I have never seen a person, usually we have that saying, right? You don't leave the company, you leave the boss. This is the usual quotes that everybody talks about. She had a better opportunity. She said, I'm leaving Jayanthi. And said, oh, okay, yes, you have to support your family is growing, please go. You have high potential. She became a very good English communicator as well. That was nothing for her. She found that that's only a tool. If she's able to do this, she can do that also. She was rocking and she was interacting so well. Initially, she was not even able to grasp when somebody from UK or US was speaking. Now she got that accent, the dialect. Very easily it came to her because she did everything with a focus and mindfulness. And the gratitude part, let me brag myself a little bit. She went there and I got a call before applying with that MNC. I would say it's AstraZeneca. So I got from there and I said, I did not even apply to this company. I'm seeing some calls from HR and all that. She said, no, one of your teammates, Anjali, she has recommended your name and she said that if she joins this company, your company will survive. I said, oh my God. I was just getting goosebumps. Look at the gratitude. How many of us have recommended our boss into our new companies? No, I would not do that. I will never do that. She did that. Look at that gratitude. She walked the talk. Whatever that I'm talking about, a high energy here was there in her imbibed already. I enjoyed working with her. And why I put that painting is that she's a very good painter. She's also running some exhibitions and all that. If she can rock in one thing, she's able to balance. She's a very good example of a high energy leadership, both in her workplace and in pursuing her hobby or passion, everything. She's a very good painter. She's doing so much of exhibitions and everything. She's rocking there. I really want to bring that story. I was too sure, that I have to bring her story into this. Thanks for, Gopi, for giving me this opportunity to let you know how Anjali rocked in my team. Now, she was very authentic, right? You be very authentic in whatever you are telling. Only then those people will believe you. Small things. You will hide your progress report. But when you're talking to your son, you'll say, hey, அந்த காலத்துல தெரியுமா நான்லாம் எல்லாத்துலயும் first போய் அவன் டிக் பண்ணி எல்லாத்தையும் progress report கொடுத்தானா காலி. See, in those days it was not possible. There were so many other reasons. Mark 35 40 மேல English master போட மாட்டார். இன்னைக்கு 100 out of 100 in English also. That is a different story. But let's be a little authentic in whatever we are telling. Kids can find out very easily whether you're authentic, whether you're bluffing or you're manipulating. They are your best enemies, kids. You cannot. I used to boast myself saying that, oh, I know I've got all into third rank in my engineering. That's the first question they asked me. So they don't like parents, boasting themselves, talking about them. They hate. You have to be very authentic, genuine in what you're telling. That's about the in workplace. We are bound to be authentic. Otherwise, they'll throw you out. They have so many methods to find out. You can never do any foul play at workplace. It's all black and white. There's no gray shade at all. But when it comes to, I'm more worried about the authenticity of high energy at home. So there, why do we have to say small, small lies? Let's avoid. Let's avoid. So this bragging comes when you add on to those white lies. Can we try to shed all those white lies and be more authentic? Try doing that. I'm not blaming or I'm not saying that you're all like that. No. Please don't catch me wrong. Don't look into the other part of this story. But everybody have that. I want to be a role model to my grandkids. So I add up few white lies. No, let's stop that attitude. If at all, if I did that. So I was also bragging. So I don't want to do that. If I have to be a high energy, I don't have to tell what I'm doing. They are watching you. They are seeing you 24/7. They know where you are. And you learn when you live with them. I have learned so many things because of joint family setup. I was fortunate, I would say, that I changed myself about my bragging, about my, talking too much about myself. No, that is not at all required. You become so unpopular with your own kith and kin. So about the next authentic is that resilience. We have some exercise, my dear friends, to do. Enough of all these talks. Time is 12 now. I'll give you 2 minutes, please. Set some realistic goals for 1 week. I want this wonderful team of 50 members to continue with me. I want to be your, community. I want to be a part of your community if that's okay with you all. So I want to hear from you maybe in the next week, whatever. If you can type the goals that you're going to write down. If not, I'm not going to push you hard. It's for ourselves. Right? It's not for outside world that we are writing. Set some realistic goals. For example, now, if I have to do attend my classes properly, regularly, I need to do some exercises because I'm still dancing. So I have to cope up to that expectation of my guru. So I have a few challenges. That is the priority or that goal comes. So let's set some realistic goal for a week. Not this New Year resolution. That is another WhatsApp. Now, I don't want to even go into that resolutions. So here, set some realistic goals. You will be happy. You will be very happy because it comes from your heart. Today, I fought with my son. For 1 week, I am not going to enter into any argument with my son. Realistic goal. Today, I completed reading about 50 pages in a book. I have set about 20 books to read. At least 5 pages from each book I am going to finish. There can be simple goals. Or it could be that I have to take up a certification. Tomorrow my company demands. So I have to cope up to my company's expectation. Or I have certain coding to finish. For that I need to learn this Python language or some other language. Join this, pay for it, invest in it. It's not paying, it's investing. So invest in yourself, catch some mentors, take that up. I'm doing all this consulting work for the aspiring leaders. I go sit with them, find out what their problems are. Ask them to write down small goals. Again, you can give a lot of inputs to them. I find that the small things, and in my journal, when I ask my team to do it, I ask them to do to-do list. Adu romba mukkiyam. One thing which I have not written down in this PPT is that simultaneously, please draw a column. If you have 2 columns, if you can do it along with me, I'll be very happy. Draw 2 columns. One of the goals to do for 1 week. What am I going to do? Marnal pagaringa. 30 minutes exercise pannanonu. How many minutes did you do? 10 minutes you did not do. What not to do? Why did I not do that? Because of leg pain? Take care of your leg first. So, to-do list order, not to-do list irukano. Oh, I went to a movie and after that I became so tired. So that is a not to-do list. Don't go. If you have not achieved your realistic goal, Don't reward yourself. Punish yourself. Be a traditional leader. Punish, punish, punish. Because it's coming from your heart. Be authentic. Be true to yourself. When you are cheating your own mind, then how are you going to be authentic to others? So set some realistic goals. Write down not to do. Next day, ponga. What should not have done yesterday for me to not achieve this goal? This is very, very, very important. Now, mindset. Mindset, I'm talking from the beginning about the mindset, right? So if you see Anjali's very good example case study, I don't have to be inspired by great leaders, Mahatma Gandhi or Nehru or something like that. I get inspired by my own team. People around you, they are good leaders for you. Get inspired by. I get inspired by the way my grandson is doing his puzzle. So he has some other tricks to do it. Why my mindset is so clogged about the external picture? He's going with those designs. That's easier for him. So much of learnings I get from him. So everywhere there are leaders around you, it is a slight change of the mindset. At home, this family acronym is going to help you how to change your mindset. At office, this ARISE acronym is going to help you to change your mindset. You have no choice because you are listening to Jayanthi. You have to write down a lot of acronyms. Sorry, my dear friends. So mindset, nalagi office la how will you change abdina? I have implemented ARISE. I have implemented family. I know. I have implemented Spark. You are a high energy leader. That's all, man. That's all is the session all about. I have spoken about healthy habits. That is the resilient. So again here, habits podunga. Goals you have set, habits. Daily morning till afternoon. First write about till 12 o'clock. What all habits? I want to shed my coffee. But every time at 10:30, if I don't have a coffee, I'm dying. Doctor says don't have coffee. It is number one enemy to Jogran. Trying to follow. I am not successful. So we have setbacks. So what I do, I cheat myself. Lighter decoction போட்டுக்கலாம். Okay, இன்னைக்கு வந்து half a tumbler குடிக்கலாம். So I try to manipulate. Still, that small healthy habit I'm not able to overcome, which is only going to be a beneficiary thing for my Jogan, for my autoimmune. But I'm not following. I'm not able to. That stubbornness will be there. But I believe in myself. Someday or other, I'll overcome this. I'll get inspired by somebody around me who is not drinking coffee, and I'll follow that. I'm just quoting some live examples here where you'll be interested. So like that, we have healthy habits where you have to follow. And upskilling, as I'm telling you, gratitude exercise. I have a notebook every day from morning till evening. Thank everybody. If your courier person is giving you, say thank you. You don't have to show it to anybody. Write that thank you, my courier boy, for giving it to me at time when I'm needed. Thank you, my dear servant, for keeping my house clean. Thank you, my dear wife, for giving a good coffee. Thank you, my dear husband, for dropping me into the office today. Thank you, my dear kids, that you have not created a temper tantrum before I moved to office. Everything. That's at home. Then at office. There's so many things. Panchabhutati I've started thanking. That's the best thing that you can learn with your experience and your age. I thank water. That's all helping us to live, right? How many of us even think about it, about your nature? So if you develop that gratitude exercise, automatically that energy will start flowing. So these are not from Jayanthi. These are from Harvard University research papers, my dear friends. So it's not from one person. It's from the researchers, that people who have experienced and proved. They found that if you have this, automatically your energy flow increases. So you just have to do some bit of learning, everything to become high energy. Already you are in that energy state. So it's just a matter of learning and taking those tips, right? Always remember that spark. I'm moving to the next slide. I told you about aspire and family, right? Let's look into what is aspire. And before that, I forgot the spark K. Kindness. Maybe kindness at home. And K, I thought in the last minute, how can I be kind to my team here? I can be a little nice, but I cannot relate kindness. I did not find any relevance there. So I thought K for knowledgeable. What should I do? I should read widely, take mentorship, teach others, have some, set yourself some learning goals, always have some curious mind, and you build your own personal library. That's how you grow your knowledge. Write it down if you want to. These are the few tips that building the personal library is very, very important, which we have. That is helping me a lot. So that is what we actually do it. I'm talking about. The next slide is about, I have finished SPARK, self-awareness, positive attitude, be authentic, the resilience exercises, do it every day, write down, maintain a log for yourself, to-do list, more than that, not to-do list is very important, be kind to yourself, and be knowledgeable when it comes to office. These are just gyans. At office, if you follow that self-awareness, I've given it as awareness or access. Reflect. Go take feedback. The same thing in a different word, different adjective I have put here. Whatever we have said is enough. But this is just to remember. Aspire is a word technically coined here for you to remember what all we have learned these 1 hour of time. Have empathy, take self-care. We have seen. Get some feedback. All that is about the arise. Family again, family feedback is very important. All these you have to start doing. I don't know how many of them Asian, Indian spouse, I won't call men or women, are taking feedback from that's the first thing they say, even if you get feedback. Nobody wants a feedback. Try if you can. So all your personal actions, as I've given you to do, not to do list, go to it. Be mindful of every word, zip it. Whether it is a laddu or whether it is a word that you're going to spill, please think twice before you do it or spill it out. Create an intimate bond with especially your wife, because, spouse, who knows, they will be traveling with you till the end. Everybody will have wings and they will fly. And have love, have empathy, take self-care. Your self-care is so your self-care is of prime importance. Don't neglect, do master health checkup, do take care of yourself, find out, diagnose where you are, then go to the solution. Diagnose your system, where it stands today, how it can survive for more years without any pain. That's very, very important. And that's what we have been doing all these. And of course, there are leaders, because we've been speaking about leaders. I went through the autobiographies of few leaders, and maybe I've gone through them for just 15 days. That's all. Not that I've been going through them throughout. No, I never went or read about them. I just happened to get some books about them. I happened to look into them when I was browsing my internet, because I have a Lenin book, Sheryl Sandberg, who's here next to Kamala Harris, and I became a great fan of Sheryl Lenin. That's my Bible. I know people at home will know. Lenin படிச்சுதான் நீ என்னோட ரொம்ப சண்டை போடுற. This is the statement that I get from my spouse. Here I am so vulnerable. I have to say this. Stop reading this Lenin book. She empowers women. No, she is not against, she's not for feminism or anything. Don't catch her wrong. Take what you really deserve for, is what she tells in Lenin book. Elon Musk today, so it's everybody, AI, Elon Musk, everybody talks about, so even I have to talk here. If there is a presentation, I have to talk about Elon Musk. So okay, then. Kamala Harris, I love her, into her negative feedback, positive feedback and all that. How anyway she's done something to become, the vice president of US. So you have to salute to her and all that. And my famous hero Amitabh Bachchan, Ratan Tata, is a business leader, because everybody wants to take up his sayings, his quotes. They are very simple. They are very downtrodden. It is like our own uncle or father or grandfather's quotes that you listen to him. You just definitely have a book on his quotes. You will see the change, because it's so authentic that he has spoken about. These people have imbibed me, so I want to bring their case studies. If you have time, that's a small homework that I want to do. I don't want to elaborate on these celebrities, which is so boring. What inspired me is what I am just talking about. If you're more interested, please share some more leaders who have inspired you in the chat box, whom you feel that we need to take care of. I'll go and read about them and get inspired. And maybe in my next session with some other forum, I'll take your inputs. I'm always a learner where I give me your feedback, give me what can be done better, what you liked, and what I need to change, so that I can enrich or upskill myself. I can walk the talk, whatever I'm telling. I can tell my audience this is what the feedback, and this is what I am now today. If I was in a bad state that day, this is where I am. I can quote my AABN team for the valuable feedback that you will be giving me. Now going back to my acronyms: Evolve, ABCDEF, Spark, Arise at Office, Family at Home. தட்டி தூங்கி எழுப்பினாலும் you'll all be telling, right? சேர்ந்துட்டு என்ன அப்படி கத்துனீங்க? Acronyms பா. Everywhere it's acronyms. So I know at least 10% will be there in your mind before that. And book a copy, of my book, which is going to be there in Jan. It's 3/4 written, and I would love to share the PDFs with all my friends. Thank you so much. Any question, answers, you can unmute. Gopi is there to help you out. Thanks, Gopi, for this wonderful opportunity. I really want to show my gratitude to you.
For the outstanding session, Jayanthi. Your perspective was very refreshing.
Thank you.
Indeed, it was exceptionally stimulating and informative. So now we'll keep the floor open for question and answers. Participants, you may please unmute and ask your questions, please.
Vanita has given that eating without watching TV is my realistic goal. Wow. She's very authentic and true to herself.
Good morning, ma'am. Vanita Bala here. So happy
she's
to
talking from Kuwait, huh?
Yes, ma'am. I'm not a part of the alumni actually. Through some of my friend, I got this link, and so I just want to give a try. But it was an energetic boost given in the morning, ma'am. You have excellently created a spark in me.
Thank you, thank you, thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, ma'am. So happy to be connected with you all.
Please keep in touch. I've given my phone number also. I can share my deck. Nothing big that I have some secrets to hide or anything. Everybody knows what it is. It's how you deliver matters more. So if you're interested, I will share it to Gopi, and he can share it to the entire team.
Yeah, please do share, ma'am. We would be so happy
So
to have a mentor like you.
Yes, yes.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, thank you.
Hello.
Yes, please.
Thank you very much, madam. It was actually a very good session,
Thank you.
I could go through. In fact, in between when group has started, I was not knowing who's Gopi sir. Later, I messaged him and I got his details. It was a very good session for me in the Sunday.
For me, he's the hero because he gave this opportunity to me.
Yeah, he's definitely a hero for everyone. Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you, sir.
It was a very good session. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thanks for the opportunity.
Thank you.
I sent some numbers to you for adding some people, sir. If you could add that, it will be.
Sure. I will add. I will add Ms. Ananta. Sure.
Sure, sir. Thank you.
You can share the numbers. We'll do that.
I already shared. Once again, I'll share today.
Yeah. Sure.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Which way you muted?
Oh, I'm sorry. Have I muted? I don't think so. Have I?
Yeah. Now it's audible.
Yeah. I'm seeing another facet of Jayanthi.
Oh, yes. Before Chitra Vishweshwaran, I'm never like this, you know. You've seen me the other face.
The other facet. And very nice. I wish you the best. I'm looking forward to your book so that books are easy for two reasons. One is you can go through it again and again. In a presentation is very difficult to say, hey, you go back to the fourth slide and things like that. So books are what looking forward. You can annotate, you can ask questions about to yourself, comment, scribble. So many things can be done. So I'm looking forward to your book. It's also easy to share with other friends. I mean, books are great gifts also.
Yes.
So looking forward to your book, and then it'll be a pleasure to recommend to many people.
Thank you. Thank you
Thanks.
so much. Thank you. Yeah.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
No,
Please go on, sir.
actually, when the session ended, I got disconnected. So now I come back again. So I really lost, was there any discussion? What I wanted to ask is, instead of asking questions, can I make some observations or comments?
Yes, sir. I have told that you have to take feedback, so I should also take feedback. No, no choice.
No, no, it's not about feedback. Actually, in the initial part of the session, when you just started explaining about thoughts which came into mind, I just started scribbling down. So maybe some 4 or 5 bullets quickly I can go through if there is time. So number 1, am I audible?
Yes, sir. Please go ahead.
Okay.
You need to
So-
check with Gobi if we have time. Yeah, I don't know. Yes, sir. Please go ahead.
No, I will take only a few minutes. I mean, normally I take less time than what is allotted. Number 1, how do we offer challenges to the people and also make them enjoyable rather than people shrinking into their shell or getting afraid about them? Number 2, how do we connect people emotionally to the joy of achieving rather than connecting to the company or to the boss? Number 3, how do we treat people on the job and also off the job? Then what kind of overall leadership you give? For example, if there is a factory head, he is focusing only on the production, or as a society, especially if it is a township linked kind of thing. Then the expression of dissent, how far we encourage people around you to express different view than your own views. Are you looking for yes men, or are you also looking for not necessarily dissent, even some negative views? Then how do we develop people beyond their present scope and develop them for the future? I can keep on saying. I'll just stop with one more: pulling people out of the zone of comfort.
Thank you. Thank you so much, sir. I would like to take these questions down. Maybe you can WhatsApp me. That's a very good input for my book. So I can give you due credits, and I'm really happy. Everything. These perspectives are very, very important. We are, clouded by certain mindsets where all these perspectives will not come to your mind. So when it opens up, that gives a room for upskilling yourself. Thank you so much, sir. I really appreciate. Gopi sir, I want these questions. I'm not joking. I really want those questions in the WhatsApp. So maybe you can collect it from sir and then give it to me.
Sure. I'll do that.
Thank you so much, sir.
In fact, Mr. Stalin was the former director of SPIC.
I could make it. I understood. That's why initially when everybody joined, my legs were shivering. How am I going to meet this high energy before such a stalwart audience? Yeah, if there isn't anything else, can we close this session?
This Arvind
Arvind.
here.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes, please.
There are certain situations where your heart says yes and your mind says no. So how do we overcome these conflicts?
Can you quote one example, sir? So, for example, now.
Yeah, for example, with respect to the kids, okay, the new generation kids, we are basically grown up in the traditional way, but the new generation kids are totally the opposite side of what we see. We look at disciplines, but they are something different in the way they need to be grown up. Okay, so as a parent, as a father, I see that I need to give them the discipline. They need to know our traditions. They need to know our culture. But mine says that.
I got your point. I have done multiple sessions on parenting. So now if you ask me, I can speak for 1 hour on your question answers. Simple thing, sir. First thing is that you observe something which is hurting you, which you don't want your person or your kid to continue. Some habit of his is, suppose you want him to speak something else. One second. Sorry. Hello. Hello, one second. Yeah, sir, the thing is that, for example, now, I'll give you a live example, what happened and how I took the baton. Even I was a tough mother, but that did not work. I tell you, you can never be successful. Your heart will say, give him on slap, or your mind will say, but I know if I do that, I'm in for a trouble, or my goal is not achieved. So number one is that you have to be very clear with your goal. What do you want? You want him to follow the certain tradition. In my case, my second son was, what to say, அப்படி போட்டா பத்திக்கும் அவ்வளோ கோவம் every time. That quality of it, I was scared. He's going to live in a hostel tomorrow, and what will happen? As a parent, it was, and he's a teenager. Whatever I say, it's not going to work out. If I'm going to, it's never going to work out at all for him. So what I did, I took that extra mile because my goal is not to correct him. I want to see the change in him. So நம்ம கோல்ல ஃபர்ஸ்ட் கிளியரா இருக்கணும் சார். அதுக்கு ஆட்டோமேட்டிக்கா யூ வில் ஃபைண்ட் நிறைய லூப் ஹோல்ஸ் உங்களுக்கு கிடைக்கும். என்ன ஆகும்னா யூ ஸ்டார்ட் அப்சர்விங் ஹிம் 200%. ஸோ ஒரு வாட்டி என்னாச்சு, when they both were fighting, when both brothers were fighting or something happened, usually in such a scenario his temper will go up like that. You know, when he is seeing that அன்னைக்கு அவ்வளவுதான், he'll shout and he'll be like that in a high state. But unfortunately, on that day, he was not that way. He was so, illada, appadi illada. He was so nice. I caught that moment. So I'm waiting for those moments, sir. I'm watching him 100%. It's very tough. It's very tough. You have to shed all the other things and allocate time for this goal to happen, because that is also an important goal in life. That's what we are struggling for. So I said, hey, Anirudh, why have been I told him, see, every time for this I've seen you shout பண்ணிட்டே இருப்படா, ஆனா இப்பலாம் பாரு, you are changing a lot. You're not watching this, you're not doing this, you're not shouting, but it has to be authentic and that's real. Oh, I can be like this also. Oh, mother likes me when I'm like this. Somewhere subconsciously they will start liking it. It has to be only in a sugar coated way. No stick taking at all. It will never work out. You will never achieve the goal, sir. That's என்னோட experience. I don't know about others.
Understood. Thank you.
Anyone else has a question? Sanjay, Rajendra?
Hello, madam. It's a nice session. Really great. Just, okay, maybe a big point. Can you talk about work-life balance? Little.
Work-life balance, sir. Now, work-life balance, but if I start talking, it will be like bragging myself, sir. I was a senior manager at Cognizant. Now, இதுக்கு சொல்லல. எனக்கு வந்து I did not like taking up career at all. I'll be very authentic and I'll be very vulnerable now, because it is not session, it is a question and answer session. So what happened is that I lost my dance. I was a senior disciple of my guru. I was traveling abroad. Everything was getting a setback. I thought I am moving away from my passion. So it was reflecting on my work. I was losing my promotion. I was not able to do good justice there because it demanded high time, because I was in Cognizant, I was in MNC if I'm not supposed to talk about my company. So I was playing a very key role. I have 17 members and everybody were bringing one problem. Client was bringing one problem. It's a UK client. Untime work பண்ணனும். All these were working on me and was working on my health. அப்ப வந்து இந்த ஆட்டம் நல்லா இல்ல. அப்ப வேற problem. So it was having a thyroid problem and everybody was suggesting, put down your paper, you can't balance your life. You are running here like Avai Shanmunigi, wearing dance dress here for half an hour, doing a reversal, come back here, wear your jeans and going there. What is this life? You will completely wither away. This was the actual thing maybe 10 years back. I was in the peak of my dance career. Also, I was dancing everywhere. I didn't want to look. எனக்கு வந்து விட்டுட்டோம், இதுலயும் இல்லாம போறது, அதுலயும் இல்லாம போறதுன்ற ஒரு, everybody will have this. And I'm not able to spend some time with my close kith and kin. இருக்கிற கொஞ்ச நேரமும் டான்ஸ் கிளாஸ்ல போய் உட்கார்ந்திருக்கோம். My sons are in teenage now. They need my full attention. It was a struggle. It was a struggle. Then I underwent some coaching. I took up some mentorship. I was almost like into depression. I don't know. I felt that I don't want to leave everything. I want to don't leave this. I cannot shed away from my motherhood and say, "Ninga padichungodan vada mudiyadhu." I want them to get first rank every time. I want them to sit in a good college. I don't want to compromise. By God's grace, everything happened. There are tips and tricks where switch words. இதெல்லாம் சொன்னா எத்தனை பேர் பிடிக்கும் தெரியாது. That's a real fact. It is helping me. Gratitude exercises, that was helping me. Every time I sincerely go and thank my husband. Hey, please, இன்னைக்கு வந்து இப்படி தீச்சிட்டேன். I'm so sorry from tomorrow on. He was able to adjust. For me, that life became so peaceful in that life. அப்படிதான் நான் ஆஃபீஸ்ல நான் சீனியர் மேனேஜர் அப்படிதான் ஓடுவேன். This will not work out, sir. The realization or the balance should come from within. Ownership has to be taken for that person. This is my personal experience. I'll tell you, I really want to tell you, I became a successful person where even when I want to take VRS, they don't want me to go, where they are pushing out people. They gave me the full pay till I will be getting my retirement and they send me out. That is, I want to cherish Cognizant for my entire life. That's the first achievement, I would say. Next thing, both my sons are from RAC, one is from IIM Ahmedabad. I got both my sons married in the age of 24, 25. I have grandkids here. I finished my MFA or my Master's Bharatanatyam only after joining Cognizant, where my journey of 2 hours in the bus was my reading time, or on the video path dance kathundu, I did my exam. It's that ownership that I have to take and see, it's okay, yaar, panna mudiyum. Nothing rocket science. What is a big deal? This is nothing. Nothing na work-life balance it's only a jargon in paper, sir. The work-life balance la innikku vanda terminology. Yesteryears, our parents were doing that without these terms. There were no breakups, there were no divorce. It's because we have too many terminologies today, too many WhatsApp, too many Facebooks, too many things that is clouding against you. You are going away from reality. The work-life balance, it's all not required. Do what is right to you. Be authentic. You will be a successful person. You will be able to walk that tightrope very easily. That's my 2 cents. Sorry if I've bored you so much.
Oh, excellent, madam. Excellent. Thank you.
Sanjay, Rahul Sapre, Rajendra.
Hi, this is Rajendra. I thoroughly enjoyed this session. I'm also a Toastmaster. Okay, so basically your presentation that actually conveyed that energy that you were talking about. I mean, you lived the topic really in terms of your own energy in this session.
Okay, as a gratitude exercise, sorry to cut you short. I'm thinking about gratitude. This title was given by my spouse, Seeing My Energy at Home. I was talking about leadership. Leadership la mundane. You are full of energy. Take high energy as your suffix. It was he who gave me this title about 2 years back or a year back.
Yeah, even at Toastmasters, if you have to crack the evaluation competition, then you have to talk about energy of the speaker.
Yes.
Okay. So essentially, this the just one comment I have. Maybe I would send you one reference pertaining to your book. There is one book called organizational behavior, understanding organizational behavior.
Okay.
You have gone through that. I mean, so this book actually has the clear-cut distinction between the three leadership modes: administration versus management versus leadership. So I think you touched upon that topic, but it is more actually explained in a single table in that book. Maybe sometime I will pass on that reference to you.
Sure, sir. Sure.
Okay.
Thanks for this. Thanks. Definitely.
Yeah. That's all.
Who had written that book? Any idea?
This is Professor Uday Parikh.
Indian.
Professor Uday Parikh from IIM Jaipur. I think he was professor at that. The distinguished professor. Yeah. It's an old book, but it is still very useful. Yeah, whenever we.
Thank
That's
you.
all. Thank you.
Sanjay?
Thank you, Gopi sir. There are no questions. It's a very excellent session.
Thank you.
And for half an hour or so, I had to mute myself because there was some other work also. But thank you, madam, for an excellent session. Thank you very much.
Anyone else has a question? One last question.
Yeah, I have a question. Can I go ahead?
Yeah, please.
It was a very awesome session. Thank you so much for that. Since you were talking about the work-life balance and other thing, and previous question was also addressed, I got this question in my mind. It's about the cultural difference. All right. Does the effectiveness of the high energy leadership vary across different cultures or organizational context? Are there cultural norms that may clash with or support this leadership style? Do we have anything?
That's a different topic by itself, ma'am. I didn't get your name. It shows.
I'm Haripriya. Haripriya Suresh Babu. Yeah.
Okay. So Haripriya, I'll just quote something. We have diversity and inclusion. That's what we've been working at Cognizant for 2 years. In fact, this cultural mindset and all that is really working very hard on us. I have to accept that. In fact, I had a couple of opportunities to travel to Philippines and Bangkok in my organization, and there surprisingly, you have to eat the pill. I don't want to bring it into this forum. A lot of cultural irritabilities, I would say. Then I thought you have to be a Roman in Rome. So maybe they have some, put yourself into their shoes. They are right in their own way. Who are we to judge them? With respect to the cultural difference. And small empathy, that design thinking, first thing that we teach in design thinking in our organization is about the empathy part. If we are rigid and we have a closed mindset that our culture is the best, my tradition is very good, I don't want to deviate, that's it. I have a very open mindset. I believe in humanity, in respecting human beings rather than this culture and tradition and all that. I've been brought up by my grandma, I would say. She is born in 1910 or 1920, I don't know. But the visionary person she is in, my grandpa was stuck to the culture and tradition. She'll say, Manashala madikada bodhu, yadukku idallam ukkandu culture, tradition and so authentic she was, and I still believe that yes, culture is very important. You can't go away from your culture. You have to be a role model. You have to stick on to your culture. You have to stick on to that. But that is going to affect your relationship with the other person. You need to bend yourself, man. I don't believe I feel that God has given you, let's say this is 100 years of your life. I mean, it's a thread that it runs to 100 years. Work-life balance, stress, cultural difference, diversity. So many knots we are putting, and it is we who are reducing our own lifespan. But with all these mindsets, we have cut short our span of life. Is it really required? So one small empathy or putting into their shoes, and you will find your own way how to adjust to their culture. You will know how to bring your own kids into your culture. It's putting yourself, who is imbibing them, who is their attraction. So why is it they are not attracted to my culture? If you find that out, have an open mindset with the person with whom you're finding intimidated, I think that's just a cakewalk. I think people with so much of experience like you people all, I have to take inputs from you. That is what I feel. And I always believe, this is one mantra that I always, my sons will say, see, this is the lifespan God has given. Don't put knots, all these, what not to do, don't reduce it to 35 years, 45 years. Now they're dying of stress because 35, 45. Take ownership. It's we who have put those knots, not the external world.
Thank you.
I've answered your question, or it was.
Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.
Hey, Jayanthi, I think we've come to the end of the session.
Yes, sir. Yes. I'm also drained out of it.
Thank you very much. Pleasure having us with you today.
Same here.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you very much for having taken your time on a Sunday morning.
Listening. Yeah.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Bye.